Pakistan Prime Minister Raja Pervez Ashraf has said the practice of replacing an elected government by military might in the country has ended. In his farewell address to the nation, hours before the dissolution of the lower house National Assembly on completion of its 5-year term on Saturday, the 62-year-old leader said, "It is our resolve that free, fair and transparent elections are conducted in the country. We devolved powers to the provinces and strengthened the Election Commission for holding free and fair elections in the country." He ruled out the possibility of any kind of rigging in the elections in the presence of what he termed an independent judiciary and strong media, reported Geo News, citing Ashraf in a recorded speech aired on state-run media and private TV channels. Ashraf had replaced Yusuf Reza Gilani as Prime Minister last year in the midst of a battle with the Supreme Court over the issue of writing a letter to Swiss authorities to reopen a graft case against President Asif Ali Zardari. On Saturday, the outgoing Prime Minister Ashraf said the door to enter into power through might had been permanently shut and no one could topple the democratically elected government. Pakistan's government has become the first in history to complete a full term in office, but a raft of key achievements has been overshadowed by mismanagement, economic decline and worsening security. When the Pakistan People's Party won elections in 2008 on a wave of national grief over the assassination of its leader Benazir Bhutto, few imagined her widower would prove such an adept, agile and long-standing president. Asif Ali Zardari, the man belittled for years as the ill-educated playboy who spent 11 years in prison over corruption allegations despite never being charged, has managed to achieve what eluded all previous civilian rulers in Pakistan. For the first time, a civilian government has completed a full 5-year term in office and will be handing over to another elected government in a country which has seen 3 bloodless military coups and 4 military rulers. Helped by the Army Chief of Staff's determination to keep to the sidelines and the opposition's unwillingness to force early elections, Zardari's wheeler-dealer ability has been crucial to keeping his government together. Political analyst Jafar Ahmad, director of the Pakistan Studies Department at Karachi University, said Zardari's record has been mixed at best, with his greatest asset the pragmatism needed to stay the course. Despite the fact that he has been maligned in corruption, nepotism and numerous other things, he showed patience and perseverance. He successfully withstood pressure from the judiciary and played his cards well and survived, he said. Parliament has passed more legislation than any of its predecessors. In 2010, Zardari relinquished much of his power to the Prime Minister, rolling back on decades of meddling by military rulers in an effort to institutionalize parliamentary democracy. His government sought to devolve powers to the provinces and introduced reforms that will for the first time allow parties to contest elections in the tribal belt, a den of Taliban and Al-Qaeda militants under only Ismaili government control. Caretaker meanwhile, Chaudhry Shujat Hussain, former caretaker Prime Minister and chief of Pakistan Muslim League, on Sunday expressed hope that the parliamentary committee would reach consensus on a caretaker Prime Minister. Ruling and opposition parties were faced with stalemate over choosing the caretaker PM as both sides rejected each other's proposed names, and under the constitutional provision a committee comprising lawmakers from both sides would decide the name. If the committee that equally represents government and opposition parties fails to finalize the name of a caretaker, then the chief of the Pakistan Election Commission will appoint the caretaker Prime Minister. "I am hopeful that the matter would not reach to the Election Commission, and it would be solved at the committee level for sure," Shujat said during a visit to Joseph Colony to show his sympathies with the Christians whose homes were destroyed in Lahore. The veteran politician also support the candidature of Dr. Ashraf Hussain, the former governor of Central State Bank of Pakistan, and an eminent economist whose name was proposed by the ruling Pakistan People's Party, but the Pakistan Muslim League of Nawaz Sharif rejected his name. Nevertheless, Dr. Hussain is emerging as a consensus candidate as most of the major political parties support him. Besides PPP and PMLQ, Muttahida Qawmi movement was also supporting Dr. Hussain, the former World Bank official. The PMLN has proposed retired Justice Nasser Aslam Zahid and Rasul Bashpail Cho, a Sindhi nationalist leader.